In today's epoxy resin video, I make a countertop sample. And stay tuned here and I'll go over the details and everything that I used in it and I'll show you how I made it. I tried a whole different variety of techniques and yeah, kind of made it cool. All right, here we go. Sample. All right, let's start this out. I used Pro Marine epoxy resin, approximately 20 ounces on the art coat and then 18 ounces on the flood coat. It needed a flood coat. I'll explain why here in a little bit. But anyways, I used a trowel in today's video. I used a chop brush to kind of chop it up. Seen some other people do that, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. I want to give it a shot, kind of see what I can come up with. So that's what I did. I'm just practicing, kind of seeing what I can come up with. And of course, I got the old trusty blowtorch, pop the old bubbles. And for the spray bottle, I mixed some silver pigment in here with 97% alcohol, sprayed her down. Kind of cool. Gave me some pretty cool effects in there. Kind of weird looking, but some cool effects nonetheless. What pigments did I use today? Pearly X Micro Pearl, white, some antique bronze, some carbon black, and antique copper. That's what I used today. So I mixed them fairly strong too because I wanted this thing to be really strong on the color. I put probably not a teaspoon amount in, but probably a tablespoon amount in the 5 ounces of resin. So mix it rather strong with the pigments. Okay, well, looks like I talked about everything, so let's get the video started. You can kind of watch and see what I did. And like I said, this is practice video, but okay, cool. All right, talk to y'all later. Bye-bye. If you guys like this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the little bell so you know there's new videos that come out. Okay, here we go. Okay, first step is I level out my board. And then I rock it right here to make sure it's not going to go anywhere, to make sure the board's nice and level. And it was. So I get my resin out and I add equal parts A and equal parts B and start mixing it. And I mix it for approximately 5 minutes. Okay, so I add all the color to my cups and put the white down first, the white micro pearl. Then I start using the trowel to get it all leveled out. And then I will go over it with a chop brush to get the trowel marks out of the resin. All right, keep watching. And this practice video right here, I was trying to get the resin evenly coated over the edges. So when I got close to the edges with the resin, it would just roll right off. I didn't really achieve that in this video. Not really happy with these edges, but I think next time, the next board that I'm going to do, I'll bevel them a little bit, or I'll just use a quarter round router bit on the top of it. That way it should flow over nice and even. And I'm still just going over it with the trowel and evening it all out right here and kind of using all the resin that I have. Alright, so now I'm going to start to put some color down, and I put the black pigment down, the carbon black right here from Pearly X. Chopped it all out and looked at it, and I'm like, oh, I don't really like the way that looks. So I'm pretty sure some of you have been there before if you've ever tried to make like a resin countertop or resin art or whatnot. You're just not happy with the way it looks. And I wasn't too pleased with it, so start adding some other colors to it. That's the antique bronze right there, and I chop that in to all the pigments and everything just to kind of see what it would look like. And I'm just kind of going to town right here. Chop, 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 chop. Oh man, I come with my own sound effects. I didn't like the way that looks, so I get the antique copper out from Pearly X that I had mixed up, and I just kind of go all Jackson Pollock on this thing. It does look pretty cool, you know, right here. Could have stopped. It would have been a pretty decent countertop sample. And yeah, I think that looked cool. You know, that's a pretty decent looking one right there. But I was like, oh, let's chop it and see what happens. So started chopping up all the pigments and everything. Just kind of went over and chopped. Yeah, Kung Fu style chop. Yeah, but I'm just messing around and practicing right here. And just kind of going to town. And kind of seeing what I come up with. And what looks good. But yeah, I tried this brush right here. I was just brushing it like that. And I'm like, oh man, that looks kind of cool. So I did the whole thing. I brushed out the whole thing just to kind of see what it looked like. And I think that'd make a pretty decent, countertop sample too. That would look pretty cool, just add some heat to it and get kind of rid of those lines or whatnot. But I wasn't happy with the way that looked either, so I kept going. Man, I am saying a lot today. I apologize, guys. But yeah, I just chopped it back out, and it looked really cool like this. I put some heat to it, and it would have made a nice like marble look right here. And man, I was kind of highly impressed with it. But I still had that spray alcohol, and I wanted to give that a shot. Was getting a lot of bubbles, so I heated it up right here with the torch, popped all the bubbles, and that was a pretty cool marble looking effect right there. I mean, that does look like marble. It looks pretty good. Sprayed it with that alcohol, and as soon as I sprayed it, I pretty much got like instant texture out of it. It started pitting everywhere too, and I make a lot of art. If you guys watch this channel, I make a lot of art and everything. And I am not used to pits. I do not like them one bit. And I just kept going on this and chopped it out and tried to add resin and heat it up and get rid of the pits. And I was not very successful. So that's why I had to flood coat this thing. I waited about 6 hours, came back home and flood coated it. But yeah, it came up with some pretty cool effects right there in the middle with spraying the alcohol down on it. I don't know if you'd call that like, lacing or top lacing or cells or whatever you'd want to call it, but it's a pretty cool little effect on it. That silver that I had in the bottle, it just kind of sticks right up there on the top. And yeah, you can see down in the bottom right-hand corner, I was fighting pits quite a bit. But all in all, it was a learning experience, and I'm pretty happy with it. I think I made it look pretty decent by the end. And I flood coated it, and you'll see it right here again in the video. She looks like she's got a glass coat on top of it. Anyways, if you found this video entertaining and you liked it, yeah, go ahead and give me a thumbs up on it and subscribe or whatnot. And yeah, I just had a lot of fun doing this voiceover on this thing. But yeah, pretty cool little effects right there. Looks more red outside, but okay, cool. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all later. Oh yeah, I'll put everything in the description below. All right, bye-bye.